Hello, everybody. Amanda Davis here, and this is just going to be a quick scope for the PG Honor for Perry Girls for today. And so this week we're talking about inspirational women in our past. And so, excuse me. I want to speak for a minute about my elementary school guidance counselor. And for a couple of reasons, I was trying to think of people that I wanted to talk to or talk about. And the other reason is she came to mind because she actually circled back into my life. But she's in the past again now. My elementary school guidance counselor, her name was Miss Greer, and she was evidently just starting out in her career when I had her as an elementary guidance counselor. But I do remember her coming into our classroom and doing different programs, and I also remember going to her office and talking to her a couple of times, although not very often, because in elementary school I definitely didn't have as well, I didn't have a bad life, but there were times that I had to deal with bullying throughout middle school and high school, but that was really more middle school and high school. But I do remember my elementary school guidance counselor. The funny thing is, though, and this is why I wanted to talk about her. When I started teaching, my second year teaching, I was teaching full time fourth grade. And come to find out, the guidance counselor at that school was my elementary school guidance counselor. Here it was, well, not a full 20 years later, like 15 years later. And she was still a guidance counselor, still in the same county, different school. And so it was just really fun to run across her again. And she was a really nice, guidance counselor, but she was a good resource to me and my class and my students when I was teaching there. And I feel like I actually went to her and talked to her a lot more as a teacher, and talking about the different kids and their situations and talking about stuff. Just, I trusted her. She was a confidant for me when I was going through some things as a teacher. And so I went to her as the guidance counselor in the school and talked to her about stuff, but especially because I really trusted her because I had built that relationship with her as a child. And then I circled back around and it was like, hi, it's you again, and it was just kind of funny. Like, she somewhat remembered me as a student, but, 15 years later, hey, there's only so much you can remember, especially since I wasn't one that went to her, but so much. But at the same time, it was just kind of funny that she circled back into my life like that and ended up being a good person that I could go to for advice and talking about things during that year teaching. And I really appreciated her being there for me. And you can tell that I'm just being kind of chill right here. But anyway, so yeah, thank you so much. And I will see everybody next time. Bye, guys. Thanks again.